What'd you make of this? Stuck in a motorway, chain snapped, waiting a breakdown. Oh, bloody motorbikes, eh? Okay, this is just a little update, and just to let you know that today I do not like motorbikes. Breaking down with the CB500, that was fun. 2 hours I was waiting on a rescue. I have to admit, partly it was my fault, because with the CB500 I was hearing a little clicking noise when I was accelerating, and I thought to myself, wonder if that's the chain. And lo and behold, in the outside lane, doing miles per hour, overtaking, the chain goes. Luckily the chain flew at the back and didn't wrap itself around the engine casings or the back wheel, so I count myself extremely lucky there. And the car that I was passing at the time, all credit to him, he clocked what was going on and that I was coasting, and he guided me into one of the little parts of the hard shoulder. So all in all, I came out that okay. It's also given me a chance to do some work on the CB, because I've kind of neglected it over the winter. I've used it constantly really over the winter, and she really needs a tidy up again. So chain sprockets have been ordered. I'm going to tidy up this whole area. She's getting a wee bit grubby looking. I'm going to strip the brakes as well. I think just give them a check over. And she's due an oil change, so I'll just give her a basic service again and get her back in good tad. You can see here the brakes are getting a wee bit grubby, so I've got new stainless banjo bolts for that, so that should help. Okay, so the other thing I have going on at the moment is the Z200, which I insured it, taxed it, well it's free tax, but I taxed it, took it a nice wee run. 5 minutes into the run, she started to misfire, banging and popping. Felt good otherwise, I have to say. When the revs were up, she was doing okay. So brought it back, started an investigation, got bulb over. We suspected the condenser, which is on this side. We suspected the condenser, so we changed the condenser. Just thought maybe with age it was perhaps starting to break down a little bit, but nope, wasn't a condenser. Put a new plug in it, made no difference. Our attention turned to the timing. What we discovered that it wouldn't time very well with the timing gun, and when Bob took this off here and exposed the timing chain, it was actually loose. So that brought us down to the tensioner, and I don't know if you can see that there, but this little bolt here is meant to have that washer underneath it, but that washer was missing. And what that meant was, when we were installing this, we thought the timing chain was tensioned, but in actual fact, because of that tiny washer there, it allowed the plunger to move back. And so, although it looked like it was tensioned, when we started the engine, that was moving back and the chain was loose again, so that was varying the timing. So that was that problem solved. Thought we'd cracked it. Nope, still popping and banging. So we're now back to the carb, and can't find anything wrong with the carburetor. What we think maybe possibly is that the pilot jet has been filed out. We can't see, obviously it's too tiny, but we think that might be the case. So I've ordered new pilot jets, and also a tool which I'll do a video on that Bob's going to make. It's a clear tube, but we have to make the bolt and the little nozzle for it to measure the float height. So I'll do a separate video on that, because that might be useful to somebody. So that's what's happening here at the minute. And four wheels, I've sold the big transporter, the camper van, and I've now taken this on, which again, I don't know if I'll make a video on this since it's 4 wheels or not, but it's really going to be my tow car for the bike, so maybe I will. But as you can see, she needs a little bit of attention. I've started doing some work to her briefly. I'll let you see that briefly, but we'll close the door on that. This bike I put up for sale, and now I'm in two minds. I don't know whether to sell it or not, because she is running absolutely beautifully and looks good. So we'll have another project in here. You can just see it hiding away in a corner. I'll reveal more about that at another time. At the moment, I don't like motorbikes today, but we've got to keep going. These times are sent to try us. If you've owned a bike or any kind of mechanical transport, then I'm sure you'll sympathise or empathise with what's going on. We just need to dig deep and get on with it. Okay, so thanks very much for watching. Thanks very much for subscribing. Really appreciate it. Take care out there, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.